I'm so glad you found me because I've just got so much passion around kids and parenting. And a lot of that passion comes from my struggles with my son and what I've learned. And I'm so eager to share that specifically with other men, their fathers, and, women, mothers. You're welcome here as well. I just want to share my journey and hopefully help other parents to navigate what's the exciting journey we're all on with parenting. My son's 6 years old now, and I've been a single part-time dad for most of that time. And I spend a lot of time with him one-on-one. And, like we all discover in parenting, they have a way of kind of triggering us, right? Finding the little cracks in our calm demeanor and exploiting those and trying to crack us open. I think the primary error I made or misunderstanding that I had with parenting was that I just needed to come to the realization that he is who he is. I'm not here to control him. I'm not here to try to, shape him aggressively into a certain type of person. I really want to honor who he is. And then really be curious and open and figure out what's going on for him. As he goes into either tantrums or anger, or acting out in all the ways that kids act out. My strategy is to really get down on his level and calm myself. That's the first step, right? Awareness of my own internal state, awareness of my anger, and really monitoring my anger and not rejecting it, being aware of it, witnessing it, and noting it. Saying, I'm feeling angry right now, and working with that. And I'm really not going to make any headway with him until I can manage my own emotional state, right? My emotional regulation comes first. Once I'm in a calm state, then I can start to work with him and help him to manage these huge emotions in a tiny little body. I can barely manage my emotions, and I'm expecting him to do it. That's a big ask. And so, the best thing I can do is model it, number one. If I'm flying off the hook and getting angry, that's what he sees, We're monkeys, so he's going to mimic me. So coming to him from a place of calm. And just sitting and letting him emote, If he's super upset, let it fly, man, Crying is great. It's the way humans can get up and out emotions. It's healthy. And so just allowing him to emote. If it's anger, allow him to emote that too. There's no hitting in our household. He can hit. He can go outside and hit a tree. He can beat the couch cushions. There are all different ways I encourage him to get his anger out. So letting him go through that, and then just witnessing and holding space for him, being like, I'm here for you, bro. I see you're angry. I see that you're angry at me because of a boundary I've set or some other reason. I'm not reactive. I'm not taking it personally. I'm sitting here and I got your back. And as soon as you calm down, I'm here. And just holding that space for him, let him do what he's got to do. Eventually he does calm down. And then we're able, and then I just approach it. I'm open and curious. And I'm like, what's up for you? What's going on in your little 6-year-old brain? Where are you at with this? And, talking about emotions with a 4, 5, 6-year-old can be challenging because, they don't have a firm grip on reality. So some of the things they say is like, okay, but they're real to him. And that's what's important. Validating his feelings and letting him feel really heard and seen. And, I take him seriously and I honor him with my attention. And I let him tell me, whatever is up for him. It may make no sense in my world at all, but that's okay. It's not about me. And I find that once he's able to really get out the emotions and then put words to it and feel heard and seen, that the whole thing just subsides. He can drop it. He can really drop it. We all know how kids will just repeat the same thing over and over. They'll say it over and over. They are not feeling heard. That's why they're doing that. So really hearing them. And, and then from that space, we move forward, and that's just a great technique. It's really parenting on the most basic level is about connection. So if I can connect with him, then I can get what I want out of him, right? If I need him to brush his teeth or whatever it is, if we can connect first, then the other things come a lot easier. The thing I'm very careful not to do is to take things personally, right? Label him as disrespectful, for example. Oh, he's a disrespectful child. He's disrespecting me. And my ego state has been hurt by him. And, I'm offended by my 5-year-old. It makes no sense. It's not about me at all. And it's not about me maintaining control or power or anything else. It's about nurturing a small human and teaching him how to navigate his own emotional states, teaching him emotional regulation, giving him emotional intelligence so that he can recognize his emotional states and work with them. That's what we're doing here. We're not trying to squash all his emotions so that he's easier to deal with. Or we're not trying to craft a completely obedient child who does whatever we tell them to do immediately because we said so. That's not going to be a great adult. That's going to be your 9 to 5, just does what the boss says, has no dreams, hopes, or imagination, and doesn't have enough self-confidence to dream up his own reality. I don't want to break my son's spirit. I want to honor it. And so that's the tightrope that we're all walking. The other thing is by labeling a kid disrespectful or whatever labels we use, that's a real hit to their self-esteem. And that's the trickiest part. We're all, as humans, we're all so sensitive. So we just, and especially little people, we have to just tiptoe around that because most of the time they hear no's and criticism because it's an adult world and most of the things they're doing are wrong. Let's just be honest, right? And they're making huge messes, they're breaking stuff, they're spilling stuff, they're trying to run in the road, whatever it is. It's like, most of my day, I'm like, don't do that, stop, don't do that, don't do that. So their world is just a never-ending parade of no's and limitations and lack of freedom. So it's just so important to look for yeses for them and to try not to spend our whole day just shutting them down. Really look for ways to build up their self-esteem because the message that they take from no, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, it's really tricky to not have that go into them as a message of you're wrong. Everything you do is wrong, therefore you're wrong. And that can hit them in their self-esteem. So, I really look for yeses and noticing things he does right. And we finish every day I take some time to name and admire the things that he's done right, and name some qualities about him that I really admire and appreciate in him so he can feel that. Yeah, so I just wanted to share those things with other fathers and parents, and hope it lands for some. If you have any follow-up questions, hit me in the comments.